folks, how you doing? My name is Mike Belleville. Um, I'm a person living with dementia. I was actually diagnosed in 2013 with younger onset Alzheimer's. And I was 52 years old at the time of my diagnosis. And just about a year and a half ago, I think, diagnosis was changed to Lewy body dementia. Lewy body has a few things with it that Alzheimer's doesn't, in the beginning anyways. Hallucinations are more prevalent. I have Parkinson-type symptoms. I have what's known as REM, sleep behavior disorder, which can in itself be quite challenging. The thing about dementia, or when I got my diagnosis, I should say, 4 years ago, was for the first 6 months at least, I kind of hid under a rock. I was always an outgoing person, active in my community, involved with things in my town. My favorite hobby was photography, it still is, but I really pulled and shied away from doing all those things and focused mainly just on working. I continued to work for about 2 years after my diagnosis, but it wasn't until my wife made a call to the Alzheimer's Association, a local chapter. I'm very fortunate to live in Massachusetts, where they have a phenomenal chapter, and got involved in some of their programs and services, and they kind of helped remind me that I still have a life to live. I still have a voice. I can still things I enjoy. Still continue to do the things I enjoy doing, and I can even still learn new things. So the thing about it was, when you first get a diagnosis like this, I was typical like everybody else, and you think you think end stage right away. You think, oh my gosh, this is going to happen soon. And you don't realize that this is a progress, and nobody knows how long it's going to take. So the great news now is that it's been 2 years. I've been retired from work, and I love telling people I'm retired. I have a new career as a dementia advocate and helping folks who have been recently diagnosed. I do a number of speaking engagements through the Alzheimer's Association, as well as being involved with my favorite group, the Dementia Action Alliance. Involved with them with their Technology Advisory Committee, and really enjoying that. I think the number one thing that anybody with this diagnosis can do for themselves is to stay engaged. The best piece of advice I got from my doctor was to reduce as much stress in your life as possible. And we did that. I no longer drive, which is definitely a challenge. It's not fun. But it was a major stressor, because it was creating so much anxiety in me, and I've lost my ability to multitask. And since I've quit driving, that stress is just gone. So it was an easy decision for me to stop doing that. The other thing is, what's great about being retired is you can do things you enjoy doing. I've learned that I love to cook, and I'm not allowed to touch the stove when my wife's not home, which is okay, but we cook together at night, which is a lot of fun. But I relate well to movies, and one of the things I always quote in one of my favorite movies is Shawshank Redemption. And like I mentioned earlier, for the first 6 months I was kind of hiding under a rock. And in that movie, Morgan Freeman repeats a line. He says, get busy living or get busy dying. And I've chosen to get busy living. I realized that I can still live a productive, meaningful, contributing life. And just helping people is my biggest joy. Like I said, I'm involved with technology. I can still do things. I can't do them as fast as I used to do them before. I can't work on more than one computer at a time, so to speak. But if I stay focused on that one task, I can still do it, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So the biggest advice I'd have for people is, and I think the biggest thing that doctors are missing the boat on, number one prescription they should give to people is social engagement, and that's to stay involved. I honestly believe that because of my advocacy, because of the work I'm doing with DAA, is what's keeping me going and what's keeping this disease at bay, so to speak, from progressing quicker than what it would if I was just sitting in a chair and watching the same four walls every single day. So you don't have to let the disease control you. Or as my friend Brian LeBlanc says, the disease doesn't define who you are. You still are the person you were before you got the diagnosis. You can still be that person after your diagnosis. And you can still have a meaningful life and create memories. You may not be able to remember them all, but you're not creating the memories for yourself. You're creating them for your family and for everybody else to remember and enjoy. So don't let a dementia diagnosis set you back. Rather than that, accept it as a challenge to move forward. And let it help you become a better person. So with that, I guess I think I'll end it, and I hope you all have a great day.